Welcome to this edition of Jacksonville University's The Dolphin Channel News. I'm David Cotton, bringing you what's current on campus. President Koss kicked off March with a new initiative under the Aspire umbrella. March Forward, 31 New Scholarships in 31 Days is a high-energy effort that plans to create 31 new JU scholarships during the month of March. The funds will be awarded to incoming freshmen for the new school year. The scholarship awards will help students to fund their college tuition. In recent months, the university already created 28 new scholarships at an overall value of more than $1 million in 4 years. With spring break almost here, JU students are sure to hit the beach. In early March, it's unseasonably cold in Jacksonville's beaches. By the end of the month, however, the start of the spring festival season coincides with spring break for most college and high school students. For lifeguards at Jacksonville Beach Ocean Rescue, that means more bodies in the water. Starting in late February, shifts pick up and patrols increase for these volunteers. Their main concern with spring breakers, alcohol consumption. And although they leave enforcement of open container laws to Jax Beach Police, they say intoxicated swimmers put themselves and others at risk. Last year, North Florida beaches welcomed more than 9 million visitors. A new streetscape and improvements to beach access are nearly complete. Next, let's take a look at sports. Track and field continue to win, recording their 8th straight Atlantic Sun Conference title in a row. The academic all-conference team recognized 3 women who exceed both in the classroom and on the track. French native and senior Charlene Charles represented JU in the long jump and in the indoor pentathlon in the NCAA Indoor Championships. Charles also holds the record of becoming the first athlete in ASUN history to win the long jump 3 times.
As a senior, I know that a lot of my teammates see me as a role model for everything that I accomplish here at Jacksonville University, and I really try to help them be a better person every day, not only athletically but also academically.
Throwing coach Bambi Carson creates a connection with her players as a mentor and coach and witnesses the growth of her athletes in the program.
What we have here at JU is a family atmosphere, and that's what we create, and that's why I coach here. We kind of gain that atmosphere and being together, competing together, watching each other compete, supporting each other, and our purpose is to not only win but to make them better people. And I think if you really take that and make better people, I think winning is a bonus.
The indoor season concluded with the Dolphins bringing in 5 event wins and 17 all-conference performances. The Dolphins gear up for the next meet at the UNF Invitational on the 29th. Women's lacrosse is on a roll, winning their 4th straight game. The women's season is off to a great start, landing them with a 5-2 record. The Dolphins won 3 straight following the 14-4 win over Old Dominion, and most recently brought that winning streak to 4 with their 20-14 win over William and Mary last Friday. Next, the Lady Dolphins take on number 6 Duke. Switching gears, baseball is off to a slow start to their season. 15 games into their season, baseball is left with a 5-10 record. After winning the series against the Richmond Spiders, the Dolphins fell for a 4th straight year to the College of Charleston. Their next series against TCU seemed to be looking up, but after their 5-3 win against the Horned Frogs in their first game, the Dolphins failed to score a run in the next 2 games. The Horned Frogs took the series. After falling to the Gators in 2 straight losses, the Dolphins took on UCF this past weekend with a 1-2 series loss. The Dolphins will take on East Carolina for their next series. Men's basketball ends their season after getting knocked out of the ASUN tournament. After tying for 4th in the regular season, the Dolphins entered the tournament as a 4th seed. The men were eliminated from the ASUN tournament after losing to USC Upstate 76-62. Senior Russell Powell tied the record for most games played at 127. Florida Georgia Line makes their way to JU, making the biggest performance for the Larry Strom Amphitheater.
President Tim Koss invited the entire JU community, plus family and friends, to the Florida Georgia Line concert to go country together. Florida-Georgia Line is a country duo made up of Brian Kelly and Tyler Hubbard. Although relatively new to the music scene, the duo hit the top 10 in 14 weeks after the release of Single Cruise, making it the fastest debut to climb the charts in over 2 decades. Dolphin Production hired the duo after conducting a survey to determine what kind of performer the JU community wants to see.
To bring Florida-Georgia Line here to campus, it was a really sort of strategic process that we came up with. We were really interested in what the students wanted here on campus, so we decided to, back in November, do a survey amongst the students and ask them first what kind of genre of music would they like to see here on campus, and also we'd like to see who exactly they'd like to see here on campus.
The parking lot next to the stage was bustling with activities as students came out more than 4 hours before the initial concert started.
I've been here since like 3:30 when I got out of class.
I came down here pretty much because I know it's going to be a big event, and I know that Dolphin Productions has been working a lot on this, and it's nice to have a band like Florida-Georgia Line come out here to JU and really just treat the campus.
With nearly 3,000 visitors from campus and beyond, the act closes as the largest on-campus concert in JU's history. Reporting for the Dolphin Channel, I'm Sarah Mecklenburg.
Dolphin Productions are working harder than ever this spring to bring more events to campus. One of the more recent, a question and answer session focusing on the more intimate part of campus life. Dan Savage started writing about sex and relationships in 1991. Since then, his effect on pop culture transitioned from the printed word to both radio and television. Savage is best known for his work in the gay and lesbian community as an activist, funding projects like It Gets Better, a video series where adults give advice to lesbian and gay teenagers who deal with the effects of bullying.
When I go to colleges, I have a wonderful dodge. I work in a question and answer format. I write an advice column. I host a call-in sex advice podcast. So I don't really arrive with an agenda. I'm here to talk about whatever the kids who show up for the talk want to talk about.
Savage did just that, tackling the tougher topics many students reserve for their peers. The questions ranged from when was it appropriate to be Facebook official to a controversial topic, including the hookup culture. You can read more of Dan Savage's work on his website. And now a change of scenery for some of Jacksonville University's most talented performers. Students with the Fine Arts Department were given the opportunity to collaborate all areas of art into one performance downtown. They introduced their audience to a family who looks to the American dream as inspiration in completing their goals. The show develops the storyline of life for 3 generations of this single family and how the so-called American dream panned out for the youngest. In downtown Jacksonville, office space was utilized as a stage for dancing and singing. The artists showed off their talents for 6 shows. The first one, titled Generation 1, it follows a couple in the 1960s as they meet, fall in love, have children, and start a family business. Alex Rodriguez plays the father in Generation 1. He believes performing downtown will help JU become more active in the community.
I think it's great for Jacksonville to come out and see what JU is all about. It's good for them to just come out and see what we do all year long and bring a new crowd in. Since we're doing this downtown, bring in that urban crowd to come see the show.
As this play made the transition from one room to the next, so did the audience. They moved from one floor to another to watch the play titled Generation 2. Generation 2 focuses on the children after the father passes away. They take over the family business and become very greedy through the process. The final performance in Generation 3 centers around the granddaughter who feels trapped by the family business with no escape. In the end, she realizes life isn't all about work.
It all came together really well. I actually was part of the collaboration. I took some pictures.
It was a really interesting collaboration of all the visual arts and performing arts, and I just thought it was great that JU could be involved in Art Walk.
The show lasted 3 days. The first night, the performances were a part of the Art Walk. The Media Board is recruiting the next generation of student leaders on campus. If you'd like to become a part of the radio station, the television station, the Aquarian, or the Navigator, log on to OrgSync and register your application by March 25th. That's going to do it for us here at the Dolphin Channel News. Make sure to visit our Facebook page and our website, tv.ju.edu, to see more of our students' award-winning work. Visit the YouTube page at youtube.com/The Dolphin Channel. From all of us here at the Dolphin Channel, I'm David Cawdon. We'll see you soon.